Okay, item number 13, this is another blanket purchase order for Parks and Recreation. And I do want you to note that on the agenda, it has the wrong amount. It's actually $32,500, but on the
Agenda is 37.6.
the budget performance information, it's correct. And 32.5.
It's 32,000.
32,000.
Same thing with number 14.
Just to clarify on this, so we're approving this for the contract for the vendors, but anything over 2,000 still comes to us.
So individual,
Sorry, Councilman, any clarification on that to the chair? Can you ask that question more time, Councilman Johnson?
So we're approving this set amount that they will be spending with their vendors, like lighting supplies, 12,000. Anything more than 2,000 will still come to us.
That is not correct.
That
That is the reason for this approval, so we have that vendor that we can spend up to 12,000 annually for. That's why we do these kind of blanket deals.
Which is similar to what we did with the police department, the fire department.
this is the first year that we've done that.
No.
This is typically, I think, like I know last year we did it, and I know for years, there's always been some sort of debate on it.
But last year when we did it, we asked that same question, and we were told that it would come to us at more than 2,000.
I think it was for the miscellaneous. If you recall if there's always like a miscellaneous vendors for that extra amount, if there is an amount. Last year, just to go over, last year, when we budgeted $50,000 for an account, call it maintenance. What happened last year is we came to approval for a whole $50,000, but we might not know how much to spend with each vendor. And all the vendors came up to like $48,000, and we always had a miscellaneous line called $2,000. So I think the conversation was, in that miscellaneous line, if we spent over $2,000 with someone else, we would come to you for that approval. I think that's what it was, but this year, we took out that miscellaneous line. You're not going to see a miscellaneous line, because we said, if we are going to spend $2,000 over a vendor that's not listed on that listing that you see, then we're going to have to come back to council for that approval. But what you see in front of you, though, on those listings is the vendors that the department head would like to use, and this approval is for a blanket deal for a whole year. And again, yes, that's the thing. The reason why we do this is so that we don't have to come back to you, and that it's more efficient, saves time, and you guys are getting the information right now. And the department can't spend over, if it's $10,000, they cannot spend over $10,000 with that vendor throughout the whole year.
If it makes sense, I'm sure that we have some supporting documents as to how we arrived at these numbers. I mean, to see where it's being spent or where the anticipation.
And all of these numbers are within their budget, right? So that's already,
Well, we're not
that's
talking
already
like,
been
you're not gonna
approved
bid out like a
also.
Home Depot contract, so it's just miscellaneous funds for these different vendors. And, and they're trying to hit the best they can below their budget, so, to me, these figures ain't controlled to where.
But if you guys want it, there's supporting documents as to how they got to these numbers and what they anticipate spending and where. Of course, the whole idea is to allow them. You see what we're doing, like with the fire department.
They need to be able to respond. So.
Right, and $2,000 was set in the charter when it was created way back when, and $2,000 today is just, most everything's over $2,000, unfortunately.
We technically would see these checks.
Well, yeah, you see every invoice that's paid through payment bill.
And Chair, like, for example, like even the working pest control for the $6,500, that's all 12 or 13 buildings. That's, monthly amounts, like $100 a month to do the, when you add all those services up, you might get to $6,000, but that might be 12 invoices for 14 buildings or whatever throughout the year. So it's not where we're spending $2,000 in one shot.
Right.
That's kind of the background behind those. And you can do that all the way through. Horizontal fire, they come to each building and test all of our fire extinguishers. And each time it might be $400, but it happens to all the buildings at all the fire extinguishers.
So you're in charge of building and grounds, right?
I am, I oversee that, correct?
Okay. So do we have any idea when and if we ever go to test our backflows again in our buildings?
I know they have to be done, and I know that they're scheduled, and when they have been done, I don't know.
Well, they haven't been done in 4 years, because I was the last person to do them. They're supposed to be done according to our ordinance, state law, and federal law once a year.
Madam Chair, we have a new engineer that's coming in that has extensive training and well, he runs a water authority in California right now. He starts sometime in September. But one of his areas of expertise is in backflow prevention. And we're going to look at bidding it out or in-house, but one of the two will happen in the near future. I'm not sure that we'll be doing it in-house just with our reduced staffing. It's likely more something that we'll see that's bid out.
Ready to move on to 14? Go ahead, Mike. Once again on 14 on the agenda, the amount is wrong. Should be $147,000, but it is correct again on the budget information. And again, this is the blanket, approving blanket deal for a number of vendors. This is from Jerry Markey to amend the summer special assessment loan to remove 4446 from a property at 25028 Riema Street. Is this another one, oh yeah, that got purchased at auction?
Correct. What's happening here, Madam Chair, is we purchased it in November at auction. And in December, he came to City Council to remove the bills that came in prior to and then after the July tax bill. They're May, June, and July. And then what's being taken off in July of 2015 are the August, September, October charges. That again, prior to the purchasing of the county treasurer.
16 is CDBG. This is the motion to approve the 2015-16 budget. And we discussed this at the public hearings. And I don't think are these dates right, Jeff? July 16th and July 21st? Public hearings, were those both?
Yeah, July 16th was at the senior center, and the 21st was part of our council.
Okay, okay, gotcha.
What was your turnout for the senior center?
It was during ice cream social, so there was quite a few.
Perfect.
A lot of dancing.
You interrupted the dancing, I heard about it.
Copy of 17, you have that for 17.
No, I have nothing for 17.
Okay. This is a motion to approve the clerk and the mayor to sign the home grant contract.
There's one copy. There's one.
Oh, okay. Okay, for $167,578. And this is the monies we will receive.
As we're sub-recipient, we're on a Wayne County consortium, so that's our annual allotment that we get. Right now, we have a lot of money put into Pinewood. This will be the first grant year that we don't have sunk into Pinewood, so we were able to do some different things with these funds. There's some different ideas being tossed around.
Hey, we have money to spend, huh?
Possibly we're going to get a down payment assistance is one idea.
18, this is police. This is to approve the mayor and the chief to sign the burn justice grant for $32,938. Any questions for the chief on this? Is there anything you want to tell us about?
No, Madam Chair, this is just the usual grant we get every year. This helps offset the cost of our undercover officer with state police.
Oh. 19, again, is for chief, and this is training for dispatchers and call takers that's mandated by the state, and the amount's not to exceed $7,000, and it'll be funded through Act 312 Training Fund. Any questions on that?
No, is all the training online? Did I read that right, or?
Madam Chair, yes, this particular training is all online, which makes it a lot more convenient for the department to schedule our personnel, so they'll all be going while they're at work online.